natawan ito. So QZ ko na dyan, that is equal to 47.3 times 10 raised to negative 6 KZ, KZT, B squared, IW. So IW or I, that is the importance factor. Importance factor ito. Do they have the same equation? Oh, met sumungbatin. Okay, wala yung KD. So, ang wala dito is KD. So, di ba yung equation natin is mayroong KZ, KZT, KD, B squared, and I. So, wala yung KD dito. But take note on this is 47.3 times 10 raised to negative 6. Ano yung factor, ano yung unit natin dito noon? So, in the previous notes that we have, hindi ito 47.3. So, ano yon? Okay, 0.613. But they have the same result. Okay, so dito, our B here is in KPH. Naka-KPH dito. This is in KPH, while this one, our B here is in meters per second. So, naka-meters per second dito sa equation na ito, while dito naman, that is in KPH. So, pareho lang yung result. So, they have the same result. Okay, so we have the importance factor IW. We have for essential 1.15, hazardous 1.15, special occupancy 1.15, standard occupancy 1.0, then miscellaneous 0.87. So I think what we use here is 0.87. So yung 0.87, that is for miscellaneous. Miscellaneous siya. Then our exposure coefficient, we have KH and KZ. So ito naman yung mga value. But meron akong binigay noon na ang value is we have exposure category C. So ito yung mga ibinigay ko noon. That is exposure category C. Okay, so yan yung value natin. Okay, so we have okay, 0.85, 0.9, 0.94. Okay, so we have also 0.85, 0.9, 0.94. Then, okay, so bale itong category C yung kinuha ko noon. Then we have internal pressure coefficient. Okay, so we have here open building, that is 0. So that is for GCPI. Then buildings satisfying the followings or partially enclosed, we have 0.8 and 0.3. All buildings except those listed above, we have 0.18 at saka negative 0.18. Okay, so we use here GCPI, that is positive 0.18 and negative 0.18. So it means that is all buildings except those listed above. So rough pressure coefficient for use with QH. Okay. Now usar tayo dito ini. So we have used this one. We have H over L at saka the angle. Okay, so ito yung mga angle natin. Then for the leeward, ito naman. Then for GCPF, okay, in addition to this, we have GCPF. So GCPF will be this one. Okay, on the wall, ito yung wall. So the direction of the wind here is from the right towards the left. Pakunati direction the wind. So we have 1E, that is the wall. So itong wall, yung wall ang 1E. Then 2E, that is on the windward roof. Then 3E, that is on the leeward roof. Then 4E, that is on the wall on the leeward. Okay, so bale kukunin natin dito will be the values here. So meron tayong 1E, that is for the wall. 2E, that is for the windward. Then 3E, yan yung leeward. 4E, yan yung wall at the leeward. So that will be based on the roof angle in degrees. So meron tayong 0 to 5 degrees, then 20 degrees. If the angle is halimbawa 18 degrees, so we will interpolate between 5 at saka 20. So interpolate natin between 5 and 20. So ang pag-angle naman is say 25 degrees, ang i-interpolate naman natin is from 20 to 30. Then if the angle is 60 degrees, then we interpolate 45 and 90. Okay, so ito yung KZT. So KZT is equal to 1 plus K1, K2, K3 square. Kaya nga yung KZT natin, if that is located on a flat area, then the value of KZT is equal to 1. So we can determine the value of KZT if that is on escarpment. So halimbawa, nandito yung structure natin, then may pagbabago yung value ng KZT. So if that is a 3D reads axis symmetrical hill, so dito naman yung portion ng structure, then that will be affected by K1, K2, and K3. So but if that is on flat area, halimbawa flat lang dito, flat, and that will be equal to 1. So this is the topographic multiplier for exposure C. Then ito yung terrain natin. So nabago na yung values of the velocity. Noon meron tayong zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. So on zone 1, that is equivalent to 120, zone 3, that is equivalent to 125 kph. On zone 2, ito yung zone 2, that is equivalent to 200 kph. And on zone 1, that is equivalent to 250 kph. Yan yung wind pressure. So the maximum wind pressure. But for the NSCP 2015, wala na yung mga zone-zone na ito. So wala na yung zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. It is now categorized by area. Halimbawa, yung area natin, nandito tayo sa Lawag. In Lawag, meron ng value ng velocity. That depends on the type of exposure. Halimbawa, yung exposure natin, not on the type of exposure. That is on the type of occupancy. So, halimbawa, yung occupancy natin is residential, then meron siyang category 1, 2, 3. So, ang value ng velocity natin is 280 kph. So, 280 kph, that is under category 1, I think. So, parang category 1 yan. That for category 2 and 3, instead of 280, that is now 290 kph. So, 290 kph na yung maximum wind pressure natin. Okay, so but for the NSCP 2010, so ito lang muna yung mga ginagamit natin. We have 200, 125, at saka 250 kph. Okay, so let's have here an example. That is yung equation natin. This is based on 2010 NSCP. So in 2010 NSCP, determine the wind forces of the previous problem for the following given data. So ang previous problem natin is the length of or the span of the building is 9 meters and the height of the truss is 2.6. So location is Lawag City. Exposure category D. So exposure category D, occupancy, standard occupancy, ground to roof beam 6 meters. Then lot profile, flat ground. So Lawag City is under wind zone number 2. So therefore B is equal to 200 kph. So this is based on NSCP 2010. So mean height, that is the same as Z. Z is equal to H, and that is equal to 6 plus 2.6 over 2. Okay, so the mean height is 7.3 meters. Under category D, by interpolation, so by interpolation under category D, dito tayo, 7. Okay, so ang mean height niya is 6 plus 1.3. 1.3 ba? Okay. 2.6 divided to 1.3. So 6 plus 1.3, the mean height is 7.3. So under category D, Yung KZ is 1.11. Nag-interpolate na tayo dito. So that is 1.11. Okay, so dito, category D, we have 7.3, that is 46, 1.08. For 7.5, that is 1.12. So the value of mean height is 7.3, and the value of KZ or KH by interpolation, that is 1.11. So 1.11 yung nakuha natin dito. Then we have topographic factor KZT. By the way, this is not equal to 0. This should be 1. KZT is equal to 1. So the topographic factor KZT, that is equal to 1 since flat yung ground natin. So flat yung ground. Then IW is equal to 1 for standard occupancy. So our QZ is equal to QH, and that is 47.3 times 10 raised to 6, negative 6. KZ is 7.3. KZT, that is 1. KZ is equal to 1.11. So we have 1.11. KZT, that is equal to 1. So this should be equal to 1. Then B squared. So we have 200 squared multiplied by IW. IW is equal to 1. And that is equal to 2.1 kilopascal. So yan yung wind pressure. So using P is equal to QH multiplied by GCPF minus GCPI for low-rise buildings. So GCPI is equal to plus 0.18 and minus 0.18. Then GCPF, that is equal to 30 degrees. So 30 degrees ba yung angle natin? Okay, what is the angle of the roof or the truss? So 2.6. 2.6 divide 4.5. Then inverse tan. Okay, so that is 30 degrees. So 30 degrees siya. For 30 degrees, so we have the windward and leeward. Okay, ang windward natin, windward is 2E and leeward is 3E. So for 30 degrees, ito. Ang windward natin is 0.27, ang leeward is negative 0.53. Okay, so we have 0.27 and negative 0.53. Wind pressure on leeward side. So using the values for GCPF, we have 2.1 multiplied by 0.27. Okay, our GCPF here is 0.27. Then minus GCPI. GCPI is positive 0.18. So minus 0.18. Then we have 0.19 kilopascal. So the other value is we have QH. So 2.1 multiplied by GCPF. So we have 0.27 minus negative 0.18. So we have here 0.95 kilopascal. So for wind pressure on leeward side, P3 is 2.1 multiplied by negative 0.53 minus positive 0.18. So we have negative 1.49 kilopascal. Then P4, we have QH 2.1 multiplied by negative 0.53 minus negative 0.18. Then we have negative 0.74 kilopascal. So we have the panel load on windward side. Ang panel load natin sa windward side, we have P times the area. Our pressure is 0.19, so we have there 0.19 multiplied by 1.32 times 3.5. So we have 0.88 kilonewton. Then the panel load on windward side, on the other value, we have 0.95. So ito yung 0.95 multiplied by 1.32 times 3.5. So we have 4.4 kilonewton. Then panel load on leeward side. So sa leeward side naman tayo. So we have negative 1.49 times 1.32 by 3.5, negative 6.88. Then the other value is negative 0.74 times 1.32 times 3.5, that is negative 3.42 kilonewton. So ito na ngayon yung value natin. Okay, so we have take note na yung wind load, unlike in dead load, we disregard the effect of the dead load on the support. Pero dito hindi natin i-disregard. So we have to consider the wind load on the joint on the support. So dito that is 0.44, then 0.44, and this will be 0.88. Kasi 0.88 yung nakuha natin, that is 0.88, 0.88, 1/2 of 0.88, that is 0.44, then 0.44 din dito. Then yung 6.88, so we have there 6.88, 6.88, then 1/2 of 6.88 is 3.44, that is also 3.44. So take note on the direction of the wind forces. The wind forces on the windward, that is pressure. So naka-pressure siya dito. So when it is pressure, that is downward. So downward yung direction ng force. Then dito sa kabila, on the leeward side, 6.88 negative. Pag negative, that is suction. So pag suction, pataas naman. So we have suction dito. Pataas yung direction ng force. Then the other value will be 4.4. So ito yung 4.4, 4.4. 1/2 of 4.4 is 2.2, then 2.2. Then yung other value is on the leeward side, that is negative 3.42. So negative 3.42, that is suction. So 3.42, 3.42. Then 1/2 of 3.42 is 1.71. So 1.71, suction din. Okay, so since our type of support is hinge dito sa point A and dito sa B is ruler. So dalawa sana yung analysis natin dito, but I only consider one and I use the case number 2. So pwede rin natin kunin yung case number 1. Kasi some of the result might be baka mas malaki yung magiging value natin, yung result dito sa case 1 other than case 2. Or meron ding mga members na maximum ang value dito sa case 2, minimum naman yung case 1. So in that case, we have to consider the analysis on both cases. So para may example naman tayo sa result ng analysis of wind load, I use here case 2. So for case 2, okay, yung reaction natin sa point A, we have A vertical at saka A horizontal. But the reaction at B is vertical. Okay, so we have here summation moment at A. We have 4.4 times 3 multiplied by cosine of 30 times 2.25 plus sine of 30 times 1.3. So, ito yung RB natin. Okay, kinuha ko yung resultant ng windward. The resultant of the windward is this one. Ito yung resultant niya. Resultant naman ng leeward, ito naman. Kaya, na-simplify natin na we have 4.4 multiplied by 3. So ito, 4.4 plus 4.4 plus 2.2 plus 2.2. So that is 4.4 times 3. Then cosine of 30 times 2.25. So cosine of 30 times 2.25. So we are now referring to the vertical component here. Yung vertical component. Yung isa naman, plus sine of 30 times 1.3. So we are referring to the horizontal component. So the distance of the horizontal component is 1.3. Then dito sa kabila, we have 3.42 times 3. So yan, 3.42 times 3 multiplied by sine of 30 times 1.3. So sine of 30 times 1.3, so we are referring to the horizontal component. Then minus cosine of 30 times 6.75. So cosine of 30, that is the vertical component, multiplied by 6.75. So ang distance niya dito is 6.75. So we have RB is 2.11 kilonewton downward. So instead na upward yung RB, that is downward. Then summation forces vertical, that is equal to 0. So we have A vertical is 4.66. Summation forces, this should be horizontal. Summation forces horizontal equals 0. Then AH is 11.73 kilonewton. So, ito yung direction ng reaction. So, the reaction at A, that is directed up to the left. Then, yung reaction at B, that is directed downward. Okay, so, by using the graphical method or the Maxwell diagram, okay, we have AB, ito yung AB, then BC, yan yung BC, CD, and DE. So EF is upward, yan yung EF, then FG, then GH, then HI. Then the reaction at B is downward, so ito yan. Then we have the reaction at A, iyan naman. So nag-close siya. So at B, C, and D, we have to draw a inclined line. So at B, inclined, at C, inclined, at D, inclined. Then at F, G, and H, that is also inclined. So F, inclined, G, and H, that is inclined. Then we will look at now yung mga points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the location here will be, we have point 1 dito. Then we have point 1 and point 2. 1 and 2, there is no load. So, isa lang yung point ng 1 and 2. That is also the same with 5 and 6. There is no load. So, 5 and 6, nandito rin. Then, 9 and 10, pareho rin. There is no load. So, 9 and 10, Doon yan. So just follow the diagram, then you will able to get the points on the Maxwell diagram. And we have now here the result. Okay, any question?